Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on my program. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining me from any part of the world, I thank you very much for your contributions on this channel. Please kindly subscribe if you have not subscribed, and also click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. In this channel, I bring information to your doorstep. I bring news from all channels, from every angle. Things that have to do about the world, things that have to do about Africa, more especially Nigeria. I bring it to your doorstep. Some information that you ignore, some information that you cannot be able to come across, I look for them, I bring it to your doorstep for you to see. Every video you see on this channel is for educational purpose, to keep you up and get you aware of what is happening in the contraction called Nigeria, more especially. I bring the information to your doorstep. They are not lies. Most of the videos you're going to watch here are videos that are coming from the conventional media, and some of us sometimes are lazy to get into it. Some of us sometimes are too busy to be able to lay our hand on this. That is why I bring the videos to your doorstep. Watch from beginning to the end. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes, so that you can be educated and know what is going on. Let us watch together. At the end, you can go to the comment section and put down your comment. Give your opinion. Say it the way you feel it. Nobody's going to come against you. It's a free world, and this is the social media where people say it and set the record straight exactly the way it is without being controlled. Do that on the comment section. Let us watch the video together as it comes. Thank you.
The former governor and Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi met earlier at the cathedral in the capital, Awka. The meeting occurred during the Thanksgiving Mass for Most Reverend Paulinus C. Eziokafor in celebration of his 70th birthday. Arise reports that the meeting came just before the Mass started. When Soludo stepped out of his pew to greet Peter Obi, it comes some days after Soludo's statements about his predecessor, where he stated that the Labour Party presidential candidate will not win the election. Meanwhile, a Northern Christian APC group has endorsed the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. The group has openly opposed the Muslim ticket of the governing APC.
His Excellency Chukwuma Soludo and Mr. Peter Obi embracing in church. I have just one word to say. Don't take Panadol for the politician's headache. He's mentioned that they might have political differences, but they don't have personal. It's not personal. So when we are on social media, in person, fighting and defending their causes, following the controversial article, we must remember that at the end of the day, in politics, there are no permanent enemies. So I'll just move on. I mean, so many things to say, but I just thought that, Dr. Bati and Rufai can also give their take on these.
Dr. Bati.
Okay, let me start from where you left it off, Ayo, about Governor Charles Soludo and former governor, presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, meeting at an event yesterday. The narrative is that they met at that event after Charles Soludo had written a piece titled History Beckons and I Will Not Be Silent. In that piece, he had said that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party is just on a jamboree and that he doesn't stand any chance of winning the presidential election and that he knows that he will not win. That generated a lot of reaction from the Peter Obi camp. Soludo was accused of envy, of believing only in his own ideas, and of trying to rubbish Peter Obi's legacy as governor of Anambra State. Mr. Peter Obi himself responded and said, Soludo is my brother. I've been governor. He's now there. Let him do his own bit. Okay? So the two of them met yesterday at St. Patrick's Cathedral in Awka at the 70th Thanksgiving service in honor of Reverend Paulinus, Most Reverend Paulinus Eziokafor, who had turned 70. So Soludo, in his own narrative, when he spoke, said he went straight to Peter Obi and hugged him. And he subsequently made it clear that whatever differences may be between them is political, it's not personal, and that he considers Mr. Peter Obi his brother. But that nobody can keep him short from saying the truth, and that what he has done is to just say the truth, that he doesn't think Peter Obi can win. He also wrote off the allegations, dismissed the allegation that he was paid $28 million to attack Peter Obi. He said that was laughable. He ended by saying Peter Obi and his good self will meet within a matter of weeks to further discuss further. Mr. Peter Obi did not respond. He has said more than enough in his initial response. And I guess, well, he had to leave earlier. But it would seem that in the midst of it all, you know, the encounter between both gentlemen, and they are embracing themselves, they are hugging themselves, took the shine away from the 70th birthday celebration of Bishop Paulinus Eze-Okafor, who was the celebrant of the day. But I'm sure, you know, that the celebrant was also praised full Sunday by the governor, that's Professor Soludo, for his prudence, for the good example that he shows, for his modesty. So at the end of the day, it was a win-win for everybody, for the governor, for Mr. Peter Obi, and also for Bishop Eze-Okafor. The thing to put here, to underline, is a statement by our good brother, Dele Farotimi, who wrote a book, Do Not Die in Their War. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We have seen examples of politicians, Atiku and Tinubu meeting at airports, cracking jokes, embracing each other. We have seen Soludo and Peter Obi, after all that bitter exchange, you know, embracing each other and saying we are brothers. The people who don't get this message are their followers, they are surrogates, who abuse people, who make enemies, who violate the law because they want to be seen to be loyal. Okay? Some of them have even gone into making skits to ridicule each other. And that was why a wise man the other day said that perhaps all these surrogates, all these supporters, maybe they too should be made to sign a peace accord to assure us truly that this election is about sportsmanship. It's not about violence. Because at the end of the day, the political leaders, they will meet and they will understand each other and they will move on for the next election. Meanwhile, if you go and collect money and you turn yourself into a thug, you die in the process. You make enemies that you don't deserve, you will be on your own after February. You will write rubbish, some people will take you to court. You won't see anybody to come and rescue you. So everybody should borrow themselves, or the appropriate word is lend themselves, common sense. As one time senator, one former senator, used to go about saying common sense is very important in this country. It's in very short supply, and it's in very short supply among surrogates, not the political leaders as they continue to show. That's that about that. As for promises, yesterday, the presidential candidate of the APC, All Progressives Congress, was in Abakaliki, Ebonyi State. He was even given a title, Dike Diorama of Ebonyi State. No, one. I missed out one because Igbo titles are always one. Buru worldwide. So Tinubu is now Dike Diorama, one. Buru of Ebonyi State. He wrote that is loved by his people. He even wore Igbo attire, you know, different attires. Nobody should be fooled. We have seen it before. Politicians will dress up to look like you. They will make promises. He says he will create an enabling environment for business. He says he will turn the Southeast into the Taiwan of Nigeria. He says he will negotiate with agitators in the region. He will build infrastructure, roads and railways. These are the usual promises that people make. Each time they come to your neighborhood, politicians will tell you the same thing. The question is how? Because it was a rally, nobody could interrogate Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If he goes to South tomorrow, he will say the same thing. So how is he going to do it? GDP growth of Nigeria, I think we say we are down to 2.25%. We have money, we have a huge debt profile. So how? And it's the same question that should be asked of former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who was in Kwara State. He was promising the people he will build Kanji Dam and make Kanji Dam more productive. How is he going to do it? He says he will devote 10 billion, right? Dollars, so not naira, to youth and women empowerment. Where is that money going to come from in Nigeria's budget? Is he going to borrow the money? He says the APC government has done nothing, and it has failed. It has not built roads. All the roads in North Central are bad. Well, I think the appropriate person to respond to him is the Minister of Works, former Governor Babatunde Fashola. And then, of course, he talked about the Otoge. That was the main issue in 2019. He said, Osuwa, you know, so the people were chanting Osuwa that we are tired. Okay? So that's the way politicians roll. They make promises. You know, they do a lot of rhetoric. They don't tell you how exactly they are going to do it. And I think it's left for the APC people to come and tell us what they have done. But, you know, it looked like a good outing for the People's Democratic Party. And it was good to see Senator Bukola Saraki, you know, showing a lot of confidence because, you know, that is his territory. He's the most prominent political figure from the PDP wing in that area. But the funny part for me was that, you know, he was speaking Yoruba with an Ajebota accent. You know, I found that very entertaining, you know, but it's okay. Given his background as Oloye's son, he probably learned Yoruba rather late. You know, because each time he spoke Yoruba, I thought there was another accent in that Yoruba. But it's okay. This is how politicians roll.
I mean, so for the want of time, I think I'll just collide the three topics and just give you a general view about all of them. Two things. It is political season again, and politicians will do what they'll do. But please, Nigerian people should remember that they are the elite class, and the Nigerian people are not the elite class. The politicians will never face fuel scarcity. It is you that will face fuel scarcity. Why? Because they've got drivers and aides that will buy fuel for them on top of their long convoys. It is you that will face the hardship of a bad economy. Because probably they have access, they've got houses abroad, you know, they've got the best things of life. And in any economy, they'll do well. They are well above the average living. It is you that will face bad healthcare. Because you know what? They have all the good access to healthcare in the world. They have all the access to good healthcare. They can fly air ambulances to go abroad for medical checkups and everything. So the part of the bargain is not belabor their fights. The question is, what is in it for you? How are they going to make your own life better? And that's what you should constantly interrogate. And if nobody's giving you a deal, know that they are not in your best interest. Because let me tell you something. It's about the interests of the politicians. That's why you see their fights are not constant. I mean, their fights are not long-lasting. Their fights, in fact, are constant. Because once their interests align, they shift ground. So you see that they can be the APC today, they can be the PDP tomorrow, they can be in any political party tomorrow. They don't care. They keep shifting grounds as long as their interests align. In case you don't know, this presidential candidate of the APC and that of the PDP were both in the APC at a point and in the ACN at a point. That's to show you who they are. The presidential candidate of Labour Party at some point was in the PDP. That's to show you who they are. The presidential candidate of the NMPP at some point was in the APC. And I can go on and on across the 18 political parties. So the question is, what is in it for you as a person? You will hear their promises. You will hear slogans. Sloganeering is their thing. They'll tell you that you're the best thing since sliced bread. You know, it's just like a man wooing a woman. He'll tell the woman everything in the world. But when the marriage starts, then the case is different. So courtship is very different from marriage. Remember that. Now is the courtship phase. They are courting you. But when the marriage starts after May 29 next year, and we start to hit what Mario Cuomo calls the pros of governance, and they have to deal with how they're going to remove subsidy, no money in the economy, fuel scarcity and all of that, then the story will change. So for what it's worth, write their promises down and keep ticking it. They say they will do it. If they have not done it, call them out. What's in it for you? Remember, this is the time to be selfish. Shine your eye.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have been educated with this video. I hope you have learned something from the video you just watched. Please go to the comment section and put down your comments. Whatever you think about the video you have watched, or anything you have learned that you wanted to share together, go to the comment section and keep yourself busy. It's a free place where people share their opinion. And please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time a video comes out. And also, share the video to your family and friends. Share it to all platforms so that people can get aware of what is happening in the world, mainly in the contraption called Nigeria. We have to keep people on their toe, keep people informed on what is going on. That is exactly what we are doing. Every video you are watching in this channel is for the purpose of education and nothing more. Thank you so much for watching, and remember blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.